This is Greg Minnaar, 3 times world champion, 3 times World Cup overall champion, 21 World Cup wins, 78 World Cup podiums. He's raced against the best and beaten them all. But what does it take to be one of the greats? Across the 25-year history of the Men's World Cup downhill racing, there are a handful of riders whose names stand out above all others. Riders who have dominated their respective eras. Names such as Nicolas Vullios, Steve Peat, Sam Hill, and the latest in this illustrious line, Aaron Gwyn. But Minnaar has raced and beaten them all, and done so at the height of their powers across an illustrious 18-year career that spans all of their reigns. No one has been as consistent for as long as Greg Minnaar. So what does it take to be one of the greatest of all time? Focus? Dedication? Obsession? Oakley have invited GMBN out to Greg's home in Pietermaritzburg, South Africa, to find out more.
I have no idea how I've done it, or it was never something set out. I never planned to race this long. I've just gone with it. I've enjoyed it. I find it challenging trying to do it, trying to compete and trying to race all these guys. Obviously, I'm pretty competitive, so when someone comes out with a style or something about them that's just thrashing everyone, you kind of want to try and compete with it and find a way to improve yourself. And you know, Nico had his style, PD was a completely different style to that, and so was Sam Hill. And now Aaron's just changed things up a lot, so maybe I try and rise to the challenge. There's not one thing that I can say that will make you be a top 10 rider, but half of it was drilled into me from my dad. He always, through racing was like, smooth and fast and consistent's better than rugged and a win here and there. From 2003 till now, I use a very similar approach. Still use the same trainer, same warm-up. So I've definitely found something that works, and that hasn't changed. I just like going back to where it's quiet and getting out of all the hustle and bustle of the race, and just focusing on the race and what needs to be done in that race run. You're never going to win a race not riding 100% all the way down, but I find, like, for me, when I'm not comfortable, I'll ride at maybe 95%, and when I'm feeling really comfortable, I'll ride at 105%. And so, I kind of juggle it all the way down. So sometimes in a race run where I feel like I've lost time or haven't ridden something like I felt I should have, I'll have to pick it up then through a section where I'm uncomfortable or not. So you're forever processing what's ahead, time, can I, take a bit of risk further down, or racing's different like that. You focus on what's ahead. I'm learning a lot about myself right now. Maybe I'm just really competitive all around, and racing's that one thing that I'm real serious at. And I'm probably quite competitive in life, but I'm also quite relaxed in life and just bumble along as well. How do I keep life fun? By having mountain bikes and bicycles and brandy. You got to switch off to switch on. So no, it is important to get away from racing, and probably that's why I come back to Pietermaritzburg, and racing's nothing. It's generally no one gives a damn about mountain biking here, and maybe that helps. And Oakley is one of my favorite places to ride. It's 20 minutes up the road. It's got great trails, probably some of the best trails in the world. when I ride downhill here, the trees are real close together because it's mainly forestry, so it's not as fast or as steep or technical. So testing for me is just getting back on the bike, getting back into riding more European style tracks and trying new things, trying to get the bike set up a certain way, get the feel right. For me, it's all about the feeling. Handlebars, brakes. I don't know, there's a relationship there between the handlebar and brake, and it takes me a while to get it right, and when it's right, I kind of try and leave it for the season. But it takes me a while to get that right. And it's quite confusing, because if your bar rolls forward, then it pulls the brakes the other way, and then you lift your brakes, and you come back, and then, oh, I spend all year doing that. Ask Marshy. It probably makes a big difference in your head, and that's probably the most important thing. What I want is fast. I just want the bike to be as fast as possible, to get the most traction possible and to feel as comfortable. I find if I'm feeling really comfortable, I can let the bike go a bit more. Yeah, if I'm just riding it, my bike probably set up really bad. But as soon as we go to racing, I try and set it up to be as fast as I can. For me, it's trying to get that balance is quite tough. And then being so tall, my weight's either too far back or too far forward. So I run quite hard suspension as well. And just trying to get it to hold me up has been what we've been aiming to do the last couple of years. I enjoy the development of product. I think, over the years working with the guys at 510, creating shoes, done a bit of stuff with Santa Cruz and the V1029. We also did the tire with Maxxis. That was also super interesting, and getting to draw and design a tire and get a certain feel out of a tire, and it ended up being pretty spot on. I think I'm quite particular about stuff and the feel, so I think that's kind of what they're looking for to build better product, and they want someone who's quite fussy about it, so I think it works quite well. And so it was really cool that Oakley came to me to do the helmet. I'm not very good at conceptual stuff, so to create the first design, but I can add to it, and I've always enjoyed it. They're asking you for advice and particular direction on certain things, so that's important to relay that information across, and to why you want it, and how it feels, and how the fit is, and how the landing zone works, and that's all stuff that we've had loads of experience of using different products for the last 20-25 years. There's definitely some points where it was a struggle, and it's like, I really don't like that, we need to change it. It's hard for a designer to go, well, I think it looks really good, and I'm like, well, from being a mountain bike, I think it looks kind of quirky, and I don't think it's going to go well. And I think that's part of the process. So yeah, I think my life is summed up like that. It's riding with good product is probably a priority, and the rest of life just bubbles along behind. When I ride mountain bikes, most of the time now it's training. It's not riding. It's not riding anything fun, and that can be a bit tough. And if you can prepare yourself to not have fun training and to aim towards to race better, I think that will help your consistency. I think you've got to understand that training's that important. I just know that I've got to push myself. I know how to prepare for a race and go through the things that I do to get ready for a race. But I wouldn't be able to tell you exactly what it is that makes a top 10 rider from a top 20 rider.
Fast, fun, focused, yet relaxed. And as far as we can tell, Greg Minnaar has found a cocktail that allows him to not only compete at the highest level, but define it. Thanks for watching, and if you think Greg Minnaar is one of the greatest, then let us know in the comments section down below. Hit the globe to subscribe, and if you like this sort of video, then give us a thumbs up like.